Hello everybody. This feels really strange because I haven't filmed a video for this channel in a while, but there were some things I wanted to talk about. So 2017 has just started, and first I'd like to mention some of the reasons that I really enjoy New Year. It's one of those times when, and it doesn't happen very often I don't think, it's one of those times when everybody feels really motivated to start trying to become a better person. For me, New Year is all about new beginnings and trying to be better than you were last year, and just if there was something that you really wanted to do but didn't get a chance to, it's kind of your chance to turn over a new leaf and say, no, I'm gonna make this my year and make things better this time. And being able to have that new start every year, I personally just find really relieving and rewarding if you get to the end of the year and you see all the things that you've managed to get done. Last year there were some goals that I didn't accomplish, but also when I look at where I was at the end of 2015 compared to the end of 2016, I have just improved in a lot of ways. I've become much more independent as a person, and I went on holiday with one of my friends without my family, which I never would have done before. I managed to find my way through Switzerland by using my very bad French, and I did a lot of things that kind of made me feel like I'm not so bad at this whole life thing as I may have thought. I also really like that January is so soon after Christmas. It means that in the beginning of December you can start thinking properly about what things you want to focus on in the new year, and then you can ask for different things for Christmas that are going to help you with that. So like, I really want to get better at my languages and stuff, so I've asked for phrasebooks and dictionaries and stuff in the past, and there's just something special about wanting to get a new start and then having all the things that you need provided to you. So on to my 2017 goals. I have a lot of different things that I'd like to try and accomplish, some more ambitious than others. It's important to have realistic aims, but I also like that expression, shoot for the moon and you may end up somewhere among the stars. So I try and aim high as well, and then you just see where it takes you. But yeah, I've written down 4 main improvement areas that I have for 2017. So my first improvement area that I've written down is health. I think that my immune system is basically just really bad because I just keep getting ill, and like, not anything major but just annoying colds and stuff that kind of hinders your progress all the time. And on the 2nd of January, like, I was off to a really good start, okay? I got to the 1st of January and I did some exercise. I was starting the HIT 28 1.0 program, which is a blog Pilates thing. That's one of my goals this year, is to complete that program, but I only got to like day 1.5. On the 2nd and 3rd I basically just came down with this illness which I had for like a week and a half, and I'm still recovering from it now. It's one of those things where I think I need to improve my diet as well and just have more vitamins and stuff to try and make sure that I don't get ill so much. That is one thing that I really tried to do last year. At the beginning of 2016 I just basically completely changed my diet, and I started eating a lot more fruits, like making smoothies for breakfast and things, and trying to focus more on how many vegetables I was eating, and just trying to get better about like exercise and stuff. I enjoy doing yoga and I want to do more of that because I've got out of the habit now that I'm not doing classes at school, but I've got some yoga DVDs. So there's lots of things health-wise that I want to start doing to improve. But last year, if some of you follow my singing channel, which I'm assuming that's how you found me, I don't know, then you may have noticed that I had a hiatus for like 6 months last year, and that was because I got ill on the 23rd of December, I remember. So I was ill over Christmas and over New Year, was really ill in January, like I couldn't get out of bed, I was just dizzy all the time. I had conjunctivitis in both eyes, which is really unpleasant. I would not recommend that. And my voice also went absolutely terrible, and I couldn't sing properly until about June, and I had some school choir solos I was going to be doing, especially in the big end of year concert that our school did, and I had to drop out, and I basically just couldn't sing, and as a singer that was terrible, and I missed a fair bit of school as well, which was not ideal considering it was my final year and I had A-level and stuff which were really important, and luckily those still went fine. Like, I did really well in my exams. I could have done a little bit better if I'd worked harder, but I knew by that point that working harder would have just meant I burnt out, and I felt my health was more important, so I've been trying to focus on that more. But yeah, it's difficult because at the same time I'm not feeling as motivated this month, and I've been feeling ill, and I just kind of want to sit down and eat like 5 buckets of chocolate. It's one of those things where I'm trying to balance eating healthily with not restricting myself, and that's still a balance I'm struggling to find, because as soon as I start like restricting what I'm eating too much, then I just start craving a lot, and that's not the goal for me. I don't want to go on a diet, I just want to improve my diet. So anyway, that's one of the things I'm going to try and get better at this year. I thought this would be a short video. At the moment I'm not so sure, so we'll see how it goes. I've got my list here in case you're wondering what this is. My second improvement area that I've noted down is languages. I am really interested in languages. I took Russian A level and I took French up till AS level. I also, in 6th form, did 2 years of Chinese. So languages are one of those things that I'm just really interested in, and I love being able to speak to other people and understand what's going on. One of the things I want to focus on is continuing with my Russian, because I'm really out of practice at the moment basically. Now I'm at home on this gap year, I don't see my friends who speak Russian, not nearly as much because I'm not at school, and my family doesn't speak it, so if I start talking in Russian to them they get really annoyed, which I suppose is understandable because I feel the same way when they start speaking German to me. But yeah, that's annoying because it means I can't practice it. But one thing I did, you know what, I'm gonna go and get it. One thing that I did ask for Christmas is the first Harry Potter in Russian. I know that some people don't recommend getting translations and they'd rather you had a Russian original piece of literature because then you get information into the culture and stuff as well, but I really like Harry Potter, and I figured seeing as I know the books quite well and I've got the English books, that if I'm confused about translations and stuff I can just compare and cross-reference the 2 books, and it's so pretty. This is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or Harry Potter I Filozofski Kamień, which is probably a terrible accent because I haven't spoken it for months and I'm sorry. But basically my favourite thing about this is that Harry has to be called Gary. This is just a beautiful book. And the pages, the spacing, and it's very aesthetic. It's very aesthetically pleasing for me. So yeah, I'm hoping that will help me with some of my Russian. Just if I'm reading it, then it will help keep that in. I've got a phone call. Hang on. Where were we? So Russian is the main language that I want to focus on. The other language that I want to focus on is Korean. Last year I got into K-pop and I kind of started dabbling with the language because basically any excuse to learn a language, I'm going to take it. So I started learning Korean but didn't kind of take it seriously really. Now I think because of the K-pop English covers I've done, 26% of my views on my singing channel now come from South Korea. I already had this phrase book which I got last Easter, but now that I've got a big Korean audience I really want to take it seriously and learn properly so that I can reply to the Korean comments as well. Without it taking me like 40 minutes to construct one sentence, which is honestly what it takes at the moment, and it's really nice seeing those comments, but like I would like to be able to do it a little bit quicker, so I'm going to be focusing on that as well. YouTube, the third improvement area. I'm not sure whether this like structured thing is helpful or just annoying. I've got my Emily Dimes singing channel, and my goal for that was to reach 105 videos by the end of the year, which may seem random, but there are 52 weeks in a year and I was at 103 videos by the time New Year rolled around. So I was thinking if I do that then I can try and upload weekly, but at the same time if something happens where I can't upload one week, which actually has happened for like the first 3 weeks of January, that means that I can still make it up later with doing more regular uploads at other times and doing like the special videos, like some Christmas specials. Another aspect to my YouTube goal is to actually start using this channel more. Even though I don't really have an audience on this channel at the moment, I kind of find that comforting where I don't have to worry too much about what people think and I can just share my views. And there are now 20 people who watch this channel. Even if it's only 20 people, that's still 20 people who are interested in what I have to say, and I find that really comforting. I feel like what I'm saying matters to someone, and that's just nice. And I've got random footage from last year which, to be honest, I want to sort through and upload because there were some things that I filmed but didn't actually get to upload and talk about. So like there was a time last September when I went to see Little Mix with my sister, and it was basically a private gig. There were only about 200 people there because Becky won tickets, and I filmed that experience and it was incredible, and I almost finished editing it and then I just didn't get around to uploading it, and then it got past September and I thought, oh, the time's gone, but I'd still like to upload that, and there are just some random things which I thought would be funny, and I want to actually start talking about things that I find important a bit more, because I stop myself a lot. I start thinking, oh, you know, what if you say something wrong? What if people don't like what you have to say? What if it starts something controversial? I mean, I'm not that it would with the audience that I have at the moment, like, it's not like I'm a really public figure or anything, but I just kind of keep worrying about it. But if there's something that I feel is important enough to say, then I think I need to say it. And if I say something wrong, then I mean, I'm a person too and I'm going to make mistakes, and I think I just need to accept that and stop worrying so much about what people will think, and actually just admit that if I never make a video and talk about things that I feel need to be talked about, then they're not going to be talked about and nothing's going to be changed or helped. So that is another thing that I really want to try and do this year. Okay, decisions. That's my last improvement area, and that's probably the one I find the most terrifying. I am on a gap year at the moment, if you didn't know. One of the reasons I'm on a gap year is because I didn't know what I wanted to do, and there were lots of other reasons as well. Largely that I wanted to take a break. Like, I've been working so hard for so long. Since I've been at school, you don't stop, and England has a lot of exams and there's a lot of pressure, and I just kind of thought I need some time out. But I do need to decide whether I'm going to go to university and what I'm going to study, and I've been going back and forth about a lot of things, and it's been really difficult for me for some reasons, for a lot of reasons, some of which I'm not going to mention, personal things, just it's been really difficult trying to figure out what I'm going to do. And at this point I think you do need to remember that even if other people have made decisions about university, it doesn't mean that anybody really knows what they want to do. Obviously some people do, but what's the plan really? I think you need to remain open about the types of things that are going to happen, and in a way I'm kind of hoping that things that I want to happen will just kind of become available to me without me having to really strive towards something in particular. But that is a silly thing to think, because I do need to have a direction and I do need to make some decisions about what I'm going to do, because I can't just live at home with my parents, as lovely as they are for supporting me. I can't just stay with them my whole life and hope that some miracle's going to happen. So I need to figure out where I'm going to go, what I'm going to do. And there's been a lot of people telling me not to pursue the singing thing and to get a degree under my belt as a backup first, but then I'd have to think about what I'm going to do with a degree, and for a lot of reasons that's difficult, especially because it's another 3 years where I'm not really doing what I've wanted to do my whole life. And at the same time, if I do want to pursue becoming a singer, like, where do I start? Because I don't know anyone who's in the industry or who's really oriented that way, and it's just kind of difficult trying to find your way on your own. Can you tell how scared I am? I wasn't expecting to talk about this in this video, but yeah, basically I need to decide what I'm going to do. I need to pick one route or the other, figure out where I'm going to go with my life, for the time being at least, because I know that I want to be involved in the music industry, but I don't know how to get there, and there's a lot of thinking I need to do and a lot of decisions that I need to make. I need to stop thinking that one decision is going to change everything and set myself up, and I need to stop thinking that I'm running out of time, because, I mean, I'm 19. Industries like the music industry are often oriented towards younger people, but at the same time, if you're in your early 20s, there's not exactly going to be people telling you that you're too old to be a singer, so I need to calm down. But you know what, let's add that as another area. Let's take a chill pill and calm down about things, because I think a lot of the time I push myself too much and I worry too much, and I need to realise how to just relax and actually go with the flow. So those are my goals. I've got a lot of goals, but those are kind of the main sorts of things. Honestly, I just thought that it would be helpful for me to go through the things that I want to get done, to try and add a bit more structure to this year. And even though I haven't had a great start to the year with being ill and not really being able to do much. I'm just going to start the new year tomorrow. I know it's not the new year, but it's just a date. It has a lot of meaning symbolically, but that's just kind of a construct. It doesn't mean anything unless you apply meaning. That's what I think anyway. It doesn't mean anything unless you want it to. So I'm going to make tomorrow the start of my year, and I'm going to make it better than it's been so far, and I'm going to start striving towards some of these goals. I'm going to be really productive, fingers crossed, and hopefully if you are following my singing channel, I can be back soon. I have so many plans for my videos and I haven't been able to sing, and it's really sad, but I've been spending the time doing other important things as well, so everything's fine. I am going to go now. If you made it to the end, I think I took quite a long time, so congratulations. Feel free to comment if you want to. Don't know what about, just about your plans and what you thought about what I said, maybe. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Please like it if you did. It feels weird doing this whole like, comment, subscribe, because it doesn't feel like anyone's watching. But if you are interested in what I have to say, then go ahead and subscribe, because I want to use this channel more and just be posting random things that I feel like, including stuff like this and more fun stuff, and maybe something like a language log if I build up the confidence and stop worrying people are going to make fun of me for my bad accent and bad grammar and bad language skills in general, because I think that it would be helpful. Yeah, okay, I'm actually going to go. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.